This is a video from a camera on a guide dog. It's probably the best way of showing what happens when a blind person and their dog come across a vehicle parked on the pavement. They're forced to stop and wait, pretty much relying on a member of the public spotting the problem or a vehicle being moved, as we're seeing there. Well, the footage you saw there was from a camera attached to Kika, who is Dr. Amit Patel's guide dog. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to both of you. The problem's just then, this is a daily thing, isn't it, I guess?
It is daily. It's within walking out of your house, within 5 minutes walking out of your house. We encounter it a lot more now than we did a few years ago. I don't think people realise just how much of an ordeal it is actually to park on the pavement when you have to especially walk on the road to get across. For someone like me, someone who's blind, with a guide dog, you know, my last thing I want to do is walk on the road. Sometimes it means that we don't even continue our journey and we walk back. Yeah,
I think there's another video we've got where you're blocked by a car. This is dog cam. There's another one. So this was someone moving some stuff out of a lorry. There's another one where it's just sort of the street furniture in the way. What is that? It's a footpath closed sign. So you're coming up against all these problems all the time. You're having to step onto the road just there. Really dangerous. Thank goodness that road isn't that busy at the moment, but having to go onto the road all the time. How on earth do you deal with that sort of thing?
It's hard. I think people think that because you have a guide dog, it will know where to go, what to do. It's actually the owner's responsibility to know where we are. So if Kika comes across an obstruction on the pavement and she has to go around the road, she will do that. That won't be her first instinct. She will just want to stop and then go back. But if she does that, I don't know where we are. That's the problem. Yeah. I'm completely blind, so I know where I am in my head. But if Kika's taking different directions to avoid obstacles, it means that I'm completely lost.
So there have been laws against this pavement parking since the 70s. It's just that they're not really enforced. That's the problem, isn't it?
No, they're not. In London, I think we've had this law over 40 years now. And it is against the law to park on the pavement. It's got worse, as I said, in the last couple of years. But this law doesn't exist outside of London. So even though we do have this law, it's not enforced. It needs to be enforced, but it's harder for those who don't live in London, who live outside. They come across it all the time. There's nothing anybody can do about it.
You want to see a new law, don't you, or a rewriting of what we've got already?
Absolutely, and it needs to be strict. It needs to actually enforce the law, because it's not just visually impaired people, it's the elderly, it's people with mobility issues, it's children. The last thing you want to do is walk out onto the road. Yeah,
and Kika's just walked away for the moment there. It's getting worse though, isn't it? More and more cars, and cars are quieter as well, so it's two things that are the problem.
Especially in London, with the amount of taxis and Ubers we have, there's a lot of electric cars, and with technology, the cars are actually even quieter, and the soundscape in London is completely different. You've got tall buildings, so you don't even know the directions of cars. You're listening out for the wheels to kind of roll past. So it's very, very difficult.
Amit, thank you so much for that. Kika as well.